Hi friends, welcome to Venky's channel. In the previous video, we have seen about arithmetic operations in Python and also an introduction to variables in Python. Today we will be seeing different data types in Python. The first and the most basic data type in Python is string. We all know about strings because we've been dealing with strings since the past two videos. So let me create a variable and add a string to it. So the string name will be A and the value will be Venky. And let me print A. This is a simple string. And in the previous video, we have also seen that we can get a specific character of the string by using square brackets. So we have already learned everything about string, and the next one is number data types. There are two types of number data types, which are integers and float numbers. Integers do not contain any decimals, and float numbers contain decimals. So let me do A is equal to 2.0. I'm not giving it in double quotes because it is not a string, and let me print A. You can see that the output is 2.0. Now I want to convert this following into an integer. So let me remove this 2.0 and here let me type int, and in brackets we have to give the value of whatever we want to convert into an integer. I want to convert 2.0 an integer. So in brackets let me give 2.0 and let me run the code. You can see that 2.0 is converted into an integer and it's rounded off to 2. And we can convert an integer to a float value also, which is vice versa. So let me remove int and let me give float. And I've changed 2.0 to 2. So it will convert 2 to 2.0. Let's run the code. And you can see that it has converted normal 2, which is an integer, into a float value 2.0. And the next type is boolean. So let me remove this. And a boolean variable can contain only two values, either true or false. Boolean means either true or false. So here let me type true. And we should note that while typing true, T should always be capital, and while typing false, F should always be capital. And since this is not a string, I'm not giving this in quotation marks. And now let me run the code. You can see that it prints true, and similarly we can do false too. This is much efficient than storing it in a string. And our next variable types will be sequential data types. There are mainly 4 sequential data types which we are going to learn today. They are lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. So first, let's learn about lists. Lists are like the arrays in many other programming languages. In Python, they are known as lists, and lists are always enclosed by square brackets. A list is a collection of different data types. So list can be a collection of strings, a collection of numbers, a collection of boolean variables, or a collection of all these combined. So we have to separate the values with a comma. So first let me store the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then let me store my name also in the same list. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and here let me store my name. Since my name is a string, I have to add quotation marks. Let me add double quotes and then Venky. And now let me run the code. And you can see that it's printing it as it is. And the good thing about list, or the advantage of list, is we can use square brackets while printing the variable name, and we can define which value we want. So let me keep square brackets. And 1 is the 0th index. So these are known as index values. The value 1 is of index 0. So in square brackets, let me give 0 and let me run the code. Since the value 1 is in the index 0, it prints 1. So Venki will be of 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4th index. So let me remove 0 and then let me keep 4. So Venki is of 4th index and let me run the code. You can see that it prints Venki. So and then let me give true. We can even store boolean data. So let me remove 4 here and let me give 5. And we can also go backwards, which means the true will be -1, Venki will be -2, 4 will be -3 and so on. So let me remove 5 and make the index value as -1. It will print true. Let me run the code. And you can see that it prints true. And now let's see the next sequential data type, which is tuples. So in Python data types, there will be two subtypes, which are mutable data types and immutable data types. Mutable data types means the value can be changed at any time. So let's have an example. Now a of -1 is true. So before the print statement only, let me do a of -1. Since this is an index value, let me give square brackets and -1. So I am explicitly changing the value of the last item in the list. Here let me give false. And now let me run the code. You can see that it prints false. So for more clarity, let's copy this line and paste it after the print statement. And now let me copy the print statement and paste it in the last line. So first we will define the list and I'm printing the last value of the list with -1. So right now it's true. As we know, Python executes the code line by line. So first it stored the variable and now it prints -1, which is true, and then the value is changed and then it's again printing -1. So first it will print true, then it will print false. Let's see it. Let's run the code. You can see that first it printed true, then it printed false. Which means we can change the value of the list at any point of time in the code. So it is called as mutable data types. But with tuples, it's immutable, which means we cannot change its value. Tuples are enclosed by parentheses or normal brackets. So let me remove square brackets and add normal brackets. That is the only difference between lists and tuples. Now I've just changed it to normal brackets and let me run the code. There won't be any difference. But now if I try to change the value, which means let me do a square brackets -1 and let me change it to false. And now let me run the code. And you can see that tuple object does not support item assignment, which means tuple data type does not support changing the value again. And now let's learn about the next data type, which is set, which is very similar to list. So let me remove the normal brackets and let me put curly braces. Curly braces are used to define sets. All these are a list of data. So now I've just changed it to curly brackets and let me run the code again. We see that set object is not subscriptable, which means we cannot get the index value with set data type. That's the difference. But we can just print the set directly, so it's not of much use to us. And the next one is called dictionary. Dictionary is used to store data in a key value pair, which means there will be a value and we are assigning something to that value. So it's like storing variable inside a variable. So let me remove all these values. And dictionaries are also stored in curly braces. So let me just add a curly brace, and we can store it in a key value pair as I said. So first let me give my name. So here my name, and we are assigning a value. While assigning a value to this key, my name is known as the key name and we want to assign a value to this. So let me keep a colon. Colon is used to assign a value inside a dictionary, and the value of my name should be Venki. So here let me type Venki, and let me keep a comma after the double quotes. We should add all this in double quotes since we are using a dictionary. And now I want to keep a number called my subs. So let me create a key name called my subs, and I want to store the value of my subs. Since my subs is an integer number, we can store it without double quotes. Right now my subscribers are 312. The count might increase when I upload the video, but for now let me just type 312. In this way we can store n number of key value pairs. And we can also keep my channel name, and I can store the value as Venki's channel. I shouldn't add a single quote because we are already inside double quotes. We will discuss how to do that later. And Venki's channel, I cannot give a space here. And now let me print this whole dictionary. It shows all these things, but it just removes double quote and keeps single quote. And now let's see how to retrieve the value of a specific key. Simple. Instead of using index value, we just give the key name. That's also in square brackets. So let me add square brackets. And inside square brackets, let me give the key name. I want to retrieve the value of my name. So inside the double quotes, let me give my name. And let me run the code. You can see that it prints Venki. And instead of my name, let me keep my channel name, and let me run the code. And it shows Venki's underscore channel. And let me do my subs now. And let me run the code. And it shows 312. In this way, we can use dictionaries to store data in key value pairs. Now, let's learn how to get the data type using Python. So there is a variable and we want to get the data type of that variable. For that, we use the predefined function in Python called type. So we have to give type here, and inside braces we have to give the object name or the variable name of which we want the data type. So in the bracket, let me give a, and let me run the code. And we can see that it says class dict. Dict is the shortcut for dictionary. And let me change this dictionary into a string, a normal string. And let me run the code. We can see that it says class str, which is the shortcut for string. In this way, we can get the type of any data type using Python. In the next video, we will be discussing some more features of Python. Thank you for watching.